Hi everyone, today we're going to take a look at the Mooer Octaver Mark II. This is the second edition of their tender Octaver pedals, and it's got everything that you would expect from an octave pedal. You've got sub and high octaves, and you've also, as a new feature, they've added a little mini toggle switch with a fat, a tight, and a swell. So let's plug this thing in and check it out. All right. All right, so let's take a look at the Mooer Tender Octaver Mark II. All right, so just a quick review of the controls. You've got a three-way toggle switch here. And then you've got the mixing controls. So that's the best way to think of it. With the smaller ones, is how much of the value of each octave you're mixing in, as well as mixing in the dry signal. So just a quick. And then we're going to turn the Octaver on. So I have it set at the tight setting here. So there's fat, tight, and swell, and we'll hear all of them. All right, so it's a little hard to outrun it. All right, let's put it on the front pickup. Let's hear that. I think I like it a little bit better on the front pickup. All right, that's pretty cool. All right, so let's adjust the mix value of the upper and the lower. Well, what I'll do is I'll leave dry the way it is, and I'll just bring the other two up. So with the sub and the upper, I'm going to put them both at 9 o'clock. They were at 12. All right, again, I'm touching this mini pedal here. So word to the wise, Velcro your pedals, okay? All right, so I like that it doesn't get freaked out about bends. What I mean by that, it doesn't try to jump up in pitch like a harmonizer would. So. All right, that's pretty good. Yeah, let's crank it right up. So sub and upper both at max, and we'll keep the dry where it is at 12 o'clock. So. That seems to be the happy spot right there. Very organish. All right, let's take the dry right out and just hear the octaves playing themselves. I'm gonna change pickups here. So it's still tracking pretty well, I would say. It's got a nice, almost distorted sound there on the low end. And this is just in their tight setting. I can imagine what the fat sound is going to sound like. Okay, so that's what the octaves sound like on their own. Let's just try the upper. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna not try to break your ears, but I want to hear what the high notes are. Okay, I'm having a little too much fun here. So let's take the upper all the way down. The upper down. Yes, that irony didn't get lost on me. Thank you very much. And let's bump the sub up and let's hear what that is. So we're still on the tight setting. So this is just the bass all by itself. I like that. Chords on bass, right? So it's nice to be able to test it with that 7 string there. All right, let's try it up in the higher register. And I'm going to go all the way up again. All right, cool. So let's bring everything back up to 12 o'clock and we'll adjust the toggle switches. Boy, these knobs are tiny. Okay. And I guess that's a good thing, right? So you want to make sure. There we go. I'm messing with the knobs and I'm throwing the focus off a little bit here. So the nice thing about them being smaller is they're less apt to being banged around. The only one that you would even possibly bang would be the dry signal, which you're going to know right away whether it's there or not, so that's okay. All right, so that was the tight, and now let's do the fat. So the fat's supposed to be a little bit more of a bass boost. So let's just try between the two. So there's the tight. Yeah, definitely a little bit more bottom end right there. So let's try that with a little bit of overdrive. That's a lot of overdrive. Hold on a second here. Let me bring the distortion down a bit. So just as far as signal path goes, I'm putting the drive behind or after the Octaver, just so that it doesn't get confused. There's different schools of thought with that, whether you want a distorted signal going into the octave pedal and creating some really crazy kind of bit crush sort of tones, and that's totally cool. I just thought for now I don't want to confuse anything that I'm trying out here, and just by putting the drive afterwards, allows me to give me the most signal going into, or the best signal going into the Octaver, if you will. So let's just bring the distortion down a little bit more here. And let's try some power chords. That's kind of cool. You'd almost sound like you have a keyboard going along with the bass and the drive, right? All right, cool. So that was with the fat. Now let's do the swell. So the swell slowly brings the octaves in after you play it. So let's try that real quick. Very nice. Let's try single notes with the swell. All right, I'm gonna actually take the dry signal and move it to about 9 o'clock here. So almost like a violin sort of sound. I'm gonna take the dry signal right out. I'm gonna add a little delay so it carries over a bit, okay? Just so that we can get a really good ambient tone here. So I just bumped up the delay a little bit. I'm going to bring the upper up. Let's do that. And let's try that. Very organ-esque, if that's a word. All right, very cool. So that was the Tender Octaver Mark II by Mooer. And let's do a quick wrap up, and I'll see you real soon. Okay, so that was the Tender Octaver Mark II. It was a lot of fun to play. Right off the bat, when I got started on it, I checked the tracking on it, and the tracking was great. So you can't really outrun this little guy. It's pretty awesome. It was a lot of fun to play. I really enjoyed taking the direct signal right out and just playing with the octaves. The separate octaves were a lot of fun, and even put together, the mix was great. It's nice to have the controls. And as I mentioned in the video, having the little octave mini controls kind of kept you from banging them out of the way. So the design of it is really, really nice. The swell was also a lot of fun. Very much rich organ tones can be found in here. Lovely bass tones can be found in here. It played very well with distortion as well. I put it before the drive, and you'll have seen that in the video. So go ahead and check it out. You can find more information at moreaudio.com. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. All right, have an awesome day.